What's good? How y'all feeling today? What's popping in y'all world, man? I wanted to pop in and talk about some creative ways to get into real estate. What's popping, man? What's popping? There's one thing about it, y'all. Like, I had asked a question the other day: if you had a lump sum of money, what would you do with that money? And a lot of people said pay up their mortgage. They're gonna pay up their rent. They're gonna pay their mortgage off. So one thing about it, real estate is never ever going anywhere. Real estate is one of the most safest and most lucrative, in my opinion, assets that one could acquire in this lifetime. This world and this country was built off real estate. It's the only thing that really keeps up with inflation. Well, one of the only things that keeps up with inflation, right? And a lot of my listeners may not know what inflation means. So let me just put it into perspective for you. So, like, let's talk about like a bag of chips. Okay, like the money, let's say $1, right? However many bag of chips you were able to buy for $1 last year, like that dollar that you spent on a bag of chips last year is not worth the same, right? Because the bag of chips has went up in price, right? And $1 is still the same. You know what I'm saying? $1 is still the same. Now, let's talk about real estate. Real estate last year or 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it appreciates in value. So while that dollar stays the same, real estate increases its value over time, right? Bag of chips is worth more than they were, a couple of years ago. That's inflation. It's the same bag of chips, right? Nothing went up, nothing changed but the price of it. So the dollar or however much you spent on that bag of chips a few years ago is not the same as it is today. Because if you go take $2 to the gas station to buy a bag of chips today, they're gonna ask you for some more money. You dig what I'm saying? But real estate, it appreciates in value. So that means it's constantly going up. So while the world and the economy is doing this thing, and this is not doing so well, real estate is the one thing that keeps going up. So today I'm going to be talking about 6 creative ways to hop into real estate. 6 ways you probably didn't know exist. We're going to be talking about that. But before we begin, y'all do me a favor, like and share this live to your feed, right? Tag someone that's been talking about real estate. Tag them in the comments, right? Even if they don't see it now, they'll see it later, and they can go and learn 6 new ways that they probably didn't know existed to get into real estate. Y'all do me that. I appreciate y'all for joining my live. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all for joining my live. For those of you on YouTube, right, I go live on Facebook just like this. Click that link in the description. If you on my channel page, and it'll direct you to my Facebook. You can go follow me on all social media platforms. Everything is there. Just click that link. This video was brought to you by Credit Repair Hacks, one of the world's first AI digital credit repair softwares. You're able to repair your credit from your phone, right, for $29 a month. Y'all go check them out. That link should be on the screen. Yes, indeed, man. While we get comfortable, y'all do me a favor, share this to your feed. What up, Raymond? What's poppin', Raymond? Y'all know I like interaction. I like for y'all to be talking in the comments, right? If I say something, you got questions, man, leave those in the comments so I can answer those live. If I miss it, I do go back and watch these and look at the comments later, so I will respond to all comments. I love interaction and engagement on my live streams. I appreciate y'all for joining. Share this to your feed. Tag someone that is thinking about getting into real estate. We're going to be talking about 6 ways to hop into real estate. 6 creative ways. What up, Keisha? What's good, Keisha? Share this to your feed, man. Some of your buyers can listen in on 6 creative ways to get into real estate. Y'all share this to y'all feed. Tag someone in the comments. Tag someone in the comments. All right, so we're gonna be talking about way number 1. Okay, one of the first ways that you can actually get into real estate is through a process called wholesale real estate. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a license for wholesale real estate. You know what I'm saying? You can literally start tomorrow learning how to wholesale real estate and start making some serious cash. Now, how the process of wholesale real estate works is you're essentially you're going to be prospecting for sellers to sell their properties, right? And a lot of times the most advantageous ways is to find sellers. Maybe some people went through a divorce, maybe some people are getting a little older, they want to downsize, or maybe their kids are going off to college and they really need to sell, right? So you're looking for people that's motivated to sell their home, right? Now, on the back end, you have investors. You have cash buyer investors that like to invest in property. So essentially what you're doing with the seller is you say, hey, Mr. Seller, I'll buy your house for you for this price, all cash, within a week, right? And if they agree to it, you take that contract, right? You take that contract that you agree with the seller for this price, and you're going to turn around and sell it to your investor your investor. So for instance, right, let's say I found a property, I see a seller want to sell for $100,000. And I know that this property is pretty much worth $150,000, right? So if the seller is willing to take my $100,000, I'm going to buy from him for $100,000 with a contract, not real cash, okay? And then I'm gonna turn around and sell it to my investor for, let's say, $125,000. I give him the numbers to let him know, hey, this house is actually worth $150,000. Right, but I'll sell it to you for $125,000. I bought it from the seller for $100,000, and I'm selling it to my investor for $125,000. Guess how much money that I keep in my pocket from making that deal? Anybody wanna make a wild guess at how much money I made as the wholesale real estate agent at that point? I bought it for $100,000, but the seller was willing to take $100,000 from me. I wrote up the contract. I got it for $100,000. Okay. I have an investor that likes this area. He wants to buy it for $125,000 because I told him it's worth $150,000. How much money do I walk away after he buys it for $125,000? I'm gonna wait about 30 seconds and then I'll answer that question. Come on, Keisha, I know you should know that answer. Who knows that answer? That's easy math. I bought it for $100,000, I'm about to sell it for $125,000. How much money did I make? I made $25,000. The whole time I didn't use any cash. Only thing I did was agree to buy this property from the seller. And what the seller did was we wrote up a contract and he agreed to let me buy it for $100,000. I have an investor that's gonna buy this same property for $125,000. He knows I'm buying it for $100,000. It's not like I'm scamming anything. The seller just went through a divorce. He's ready to sell his property. He's motivated to sell. He's gonna take this $100,000 cash, right? So he's gonna get his $100,000. My investor knows that this property is actually worth $150,000. So he's super willing to buy this property for $125,000, right? The whole time I didn't use any cash. I didn't do anything, and I just made $25,000 in wholesale real estate. A lot of people in your town right now are doing wholesale real estate. Y'all just are not aware. Do you see the signs on the street signs that says we buy your house for cash? I know y'all seen those. If y'all seen anything, people saying that they'll buy your house for cash in the commercials, that's a wholesale real estate agent. Now, a lot of people like to think they are scammers, but they're not really scammers, right? They do the cold calling and things like that, so they probably do call your phone, but they're not really scamming. They are selling real estate. They're just not doing it the traditional way of like a sales real estate agent like myself. Wholesale real estate, that's creative way number one on how you can get into real estate. Wholesale real estate. If you have any questions about that, man, y'all drop them in the comments. Again, it does not matter. It does not matter when you watch this live stream. If you have a question about anything that I say in this live stream, just leave it in the comments. I do check these a few times a day, and I will answer all questions. Leave a comment. I appreciate y'all for joining the live. Y'all do me a favor and share this to y'all feed. Right, I got 5 more creative ways to get into real estate. 5 more creative ways that you didn't know exist to get into real estate. Y'all share this to your feed. Comment someone's name that wants to hear this information. I'm dropping gems today, y'all. Dropping gems. Dropping them gems today. What's popping, man? I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate a lot of y'all been sharing and liking all my posts, downloading all my guides. I appreciate y'all, man. I really do appreciate y'all. Things are getting great around here in my hood. Life is feeling good, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful for y'all. So we're gonna be talking. We'll talk about the number two creative way that you can get into real estate. And a lot of people don't even know that they are already real estate investors with this number two rate. This number two reason is if you're a homeowner. If you are a homeowner right now, then you are a real estate investor. For the reasons that I mentioned earlier, your property is continuously building up equity over the years. Right? If you're in a good solid area, your property is appreciating in value. Right? And it's a couple of things you can do if you're a homeowner. You can actually take the equity. Let's say you have, you've been owning your home for 30 years. If you've been owning your home for 30 years, it's a great chance that you have some built-in equity in your property, right? And what a lot of people don't know is that you can actually buy an investment property with that equity, right? Talk to a mortgage professional, talk to a lender, right? If you don't know one, inbox me and I'll send you a few that I trust. But you can actually take the equity out of your property and go buy an investment property with it. Now, I'll tell you a quick way on how this could work, right? Let's say you take that equity out. Next month, they actually have a new product with a conventional loan, which allows you to be an owner-occupied. You can owner-occupy an investment property with a conventional loan. So let's say you take the equity out and able to buy another property, right? You can rent out your current home, the one that you're staying in. You can rent it out, right? You can go move in this owner-occupied property with the equity in your current home. So that's going to pay your down payment and probably some of your closing costs. If you work with an agent like me, I can get the seller to pay some of your closing costs. But you're essentially taking the equity out of your current home and you're buying an investment property with that, right? You're buying an investment property with the equity in your home, so you're not really using real cash, okay? And hey, that's paying for you to get. You can get a tenant to your current home. You can get a tenant that pay rent there, right? Let's say you buy a fourplex. You can stay in one unit and rent out the other three sides. Or if you get a duplex, you can stay in one side and rent out the other side. Your rent payment will be higher than your actual mortgage principal. So essentially, the renters are all paying your mortgage for you, right? Super quick, easy, simple way to get into real estate. If you didn't know it, that's the number two way. I appreciate y'all joining my live. What up, Dre? What up, Joe? What up, Eric Fife? What's poppin', man? How y'all doing today? I appreciate y'all joining my live. Do me a favor, share this to your feed. Y'all may not be able to watch this whole thing, but if you share it to your feed, you can always remind yourself to go watch the rest of it later. In addition to that, you'll get a lot of your friends, right? A lot of friends may need to know this information. Share this to your feed and tag someone that needs to know how to get into real estate in the comments. Appreciate y'all joining the live. All right, so we just talked about the number two way, right? Number two way was actually using the home. If you already are a homeowner, using that to start getting into real estate. What's up, Stacy? What up, Maurice? The number three way is the traditional way that a lot of my buyers been doing recently, and probably one of the easiest ways. It's not the cheapest way. We're going to talk about that at the end, but probably one of the easiest ways to get in real estate is to do that owner-occupy, right? If you are single, right, if you don't have a huge family and you can afford it, you can buy an investment property and let the renter or your tenant pay the mortgage for you. Okay, so you can use a standard FHA loan. And again, like I was saying earlier, they're having a program where you can use a conventional loan next month, but you're able to buy a property, right? You're buying a duplex or a triplex or a quad. That's 4 units. You're gonna stay in one unit and charge the other units rent, right? You're gonna get tenants in, and those tenants are gonna be paying rent that essentially is paying off your mortgage. You're living rent free, right? They're paying your mortgage, so you're not having a monthly payment every month. And then you're building equity over time. It frees up a lot of cash, for you to go vacation or buy other assets. Other assets, right? You know what I'm saying? You can buy other assets with that money that you're saving from your tenants and your renters paying you rent every month that's paying off your mortgage. And you can even pay off your mortgage faster if you in a quad and you're getting 3 different rents, and you can stay in one side. So So you staying rent free, you letting everybody else pay your mortgage for you. Do we have any questions about that? If you got a 580 or better credit score, I like to tell people a 620. 620 is just more safe. But if you got a 620 credit score, you could apply for a mortgage to do this for you. The FHA product, you're able to buy properties up to 4 units, and that's 3.5% down. So for easy math, if the property costs $200,000, you will multiply 200,000 by 3.5%, and that would give you $7,000. Right, that's your down payment. And then I like to just double that in most cases to figure out what the closing costs. The closing costs probably shouldn't be more than your down payment, but especially in New Orleans right now, taxes and insurance, it's adding up. So I just like to double that. So let's just say for that same property that's going to be a $7,000 down payment, just estimate another $7,000 for your closing costs. So that they do have down payment programs that can pay part of your down payment. Like I said, we can negotiate sellers to pay your closing costs, right? So that cost isn't as much as you think, especially if you have good credit. Then it's programs out there, it's grants out there that'll be able to help you with that payment. But that's the number 3 easy way to get into real estate investing, is to buy a duplex or a triplex, a multifamily unit, right? You can buy up to 4 units with FHA, stay in one side, rent out the others, and next month you'll be able to do conventional. Like Stacy said in the comments, 5% down, you can buy up to 4 units, right? If you got questions about that, that's a lender right there. Ask your questions right there. She's on this live stream. If you have questions about getting into real estate or what it takes to get a mortgage, Stacy is right there to answer your questions. I appreciate you chiming in, Stacy. And I trust Stacy, y'all. Me and Stacy has made money together. She has closed a few of my deals with me, right? We've helped first-time home buyers in the city of New Orleans. We've helped first-time home buyers together. Me and Stacy have. I super trust. Stacy was one of the first people I met when I became an agent. She was working at old Whitney Bank. I remember it like it was yesterday. So y'all have any questions about real estate, there you go. What's up, Rakisha? Rakisha got some big news. She got some big news coming up for y'all soon. I ain't gonna tell her business, but she working hard at it, and I'm already super proud of her. Shout out, man. Thank you for joining my live. Share this to your feed. Share this to anybody that y'all think may need to hear creative ways into getting into real estate. What's up, Steven? What up, Clipper Junkie? What up, Azal? Well, we got to catch up, man. I'm going to call you soon, bro. I need to come to New Orleans. It wouldn't be bad for me to come next week, man. We're going to talk, man. What's popping, man? How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all joining my live. Y'all share this to y'all feed for me. Share this to y'all feed. Comment someone's name in the comment that need to hear creative ways on getting into real estate. I got another partnership I want to shout out, man. Shout out to Prove 'Em Wrong. This is a brand, very, very dope brand. Sent me this dope hoodie. Y'all go follow them. Follow them on all social media platforms. Prove 'Em Wrong. There's going to be a very, very big community involvement with this brand right here. The brand owner is from West Point, Mississippi, goes by the name of Henry Jackson. Y'all go add him and ask him about this brand. He sent me this hoodie, and I'm rocking it today. Prove 'Em Wrong. Yes, sir. All right, we're going to be talking about the next way, right? These are, pretty much a popular thing, and it's fixing and flipping properties, right? Fixing and flipping properties. Now, a general rule of thumb, if you're going to be fixing and flipping properties, then you're probably going to have some cash. A lot of these properties, if you want to maximize your profit with the property, you're going to have cash to get the most leverage in your negotiations, right? I'm not going to go to a seller with a loan that's going to take 45 days to close. Sellers want their money. I'm not going to go for him and try to lowball him on price. But if I have cash, if I got a decent amount of cash, I can come to him and say, hey, I can have you this bread, I can have you this money within a week, right? If you sell it to me for this price, right? So if you got cash, or if you got access to cash, like private lending or some kind of business funding where you got or can have access to a bunch of cash at one time, you're able to fix and flip a property. And essentially what you're doing, you're buying a property for a very, very low price, right? You're going to calculate how much work that needs to be done to get it back livable or to its most top condition for value, right? And you're going to sell it at that top value, right? So for easy math, let's say I run across a property that's about $10,000. I pay $10,000 cash for it. I look at it and I see it's going to need, you know, maybe $40,000 of work put into it. Okay, so now I'm already 50,000 in the hole. But then I look at the after repair value of the property and it's actually worth 100,000, right? So I'm gonna buy for 10, I'm gonna put 40,000 in, right? So that's 50,000, and then I'll sell it for 100,000. If I sell it for 100,000, that means I made a $50,000 profit. Easy math. That's fixing and flipping properties, right? It's good if you have family members that are handymen, that know how to build houses and fix houses and know how to do all of that, right? You have that opportunity. You ride through neighborhoods all the time. If the property looks, abandoned, it's like the yard is not cut, right? That's probably someone that may sell it. So you go, tax records, find their information, see if they're willing to buy it. Willing to sell it. And then you buy it for a very good price, right? Put in your work, and then you flip that property. I know a lot of investors that just make a living off finding properties, buying them low, putting in the work, and selling them for profits, right? And that's a lot of people's salary a year, right? They flip a property and make $50,000, and they done for the year. They vacation and they chilling, living a simple life for the rest of the year. They do a few of those a year and they chilling. They just fix and flip properties, y'all. Right, I'm telling you, all of these ways of real estate or of getting into real estate are attainable, right? You don't even have to have all that cash if you know private lenders or people that can give you funding. If you got great credit, right, you don't have to have all that cash. You can go get a line of credit. There's a lot of different ways for you to get cash to get into real estate. That was the number 4 way, creative way of getting into real estate. We got 2 more. Appreciate y'all joining the live. What up, Dunnington? Dunnington is an investor, right? I just posted about him earlier this week on Monday. Y'all go check out that post. He just bought his first investment property, y'all. He bought a duplex. So he's gonna be doing exactly what I talked about earlier, which is letting that rent on one side. We already have the tenant in that unit, right? The tenant is already have a lease that goes to next year. So that's rent that's coming in, paying his mortgage every single month. Right, this is real facts. He's right here on this live. He just did this. We just closed on Friday, and what a time to be alive. He's an investor. He got a real good deal. The seller paid a ton of his closing costs. He winning right now. Like, these things aren't just stuff that you see on TV. It's people in real life taking advantage. Absolutely, Eric. Eric said he think it's my turn to buy a duplex. I see some right down the street in West Point that I got my eyes on. New Orleans. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. It's coming very, very soon. Appreciate you helping me manifest that. I appreciate that. All right, y'all. We got 2 more ways, and then I'm gonna hop off. I gotta go get some work done. Tech sales. Tech sales is the 5th way of getting into real estate. Now, this is, I'm just going to give a traditional sense of how this works. Now, it can vary from state to state, right? But in the general sense, what you're doing is you're going to an auction and you're buying a tax sale or deed, right? This is because maybe the owner hasn't paid property taxes in a long time. So what you're going in and you're basically taking responsibility of those taxes because they're delinquent in taxes. You're now going to pay those taxes for them, right? And in most states, that sets the time period of 2 years that seller can either start back making those payments, and in that event he will have to pay you everything that you paid once you bought it with the taxes that was on back pay. So all the taxes that he owed, you will have to pay that, right? Now, if they decide within those 2 years that they want the property back, they got to pay you back. But if they don't do anything within those 2 years, after 2 years, that property then become yours, right? And you just paid the property tax on it. You're gonna have to maintain that property after you have that deed. So you're gonna have to keep paying property taxes on it for those 2 years. But if 2 years, if they hadn't paid back or did anything, that property belongs to you and you can do whatever you want to do with it. You can fix it, flip it, build it up, sell it, whatever it is that you want to do. That's a very easy, simple way to get into real estate. Contact a local realtor or someone in your area. I hope you call me. I hope you call me. Call me. Figure out how you can get access to those properties, right? And pay the taxes on them, right? And keep paying the taxes for 2 years, and then that property will become yours and you'll use a real estate investor. I don't think so, Jonathan. I don't think you can make any upgrades or do anything with the property within those 2 years because they still have interest in that property within that time period, right? You have interest in it too because you're not paying the property taxes, but they still have interest in the property. And I don't think you're able to do anything until that 2-year period is up. Good question. Said my bro in Tupelo looking for duplexes. I'm tapped in. Sanjay Davis. Yeah, Sanjay, hit me up, bro. I'm 45 minutes from Tupelo right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, bro. I can help anywhere in the world, really. But most recently I've been trapping out here in Mississippi, Louisiana, Atlanta, and Orlando, Florida. So Mississippi right here, man. Hit me up. I can show you how to get into one of those duplexes. What up, Santana? What's up, Santana? I see you just became an agent, man. We need to tap in with each other to see how we can work together. Let's see how we can work together. Let's see how we can work together, man. Appreciate y'all joining the live. We're gonna talk about the most easiest way to get in real estate next. Until we do that, man, I do want to take another break to shout out my partnership, Credit Repair Hacks. Credit Repair Hacks, y'all, is one of the world's first AI digital credit repair softwares. You're able to repair your credit on your phone. It does everything for you. And the cool thing about it, if you use my link, it's only $29 a month. $29 a month, and they're gonna generate all your dispute letters to all your negative accounts, and you can cancel anytime. That's Credit Repair Hacks. Y'all check that out. That link should be on the screen. If not, once I'm done, I will. As a matter of fact, let me do that now. Let me drop a link there. Now, there we go. It's Credit Repair Hacks. They are responsible for helping so many of my buyers get to that closing table. So they are legit. Y'all check them out, Credit Repair Hacks. All right, so the easiest, most affordable way to get into real estate is to get your real estate license, y'all. There is no easier way than to get into real estate by actually becoming a real estate agent, right? You're able to see all of the properties, any property in the world at your fingertips. You have all of the access, and if you close so many deals, now you got that extra money to go do your own investing with, right? There are opportunities galore. You don't have to actually sell and buy, help people buy and sell real estate as a real estate agent. You can be a property manager, right? That means you're just maintaining people's rent, right? You're making sure tenants paying rent, and if damages are done or some repairs need to be done, you're making those phone calls, right? You can use your license and be an appraisal. That means you go buying different properties. You going by different properties and evaluating them, seeing how much they're worth, right? You don't have to help people buy and sell, right? If you don't want to, if you don't feel like you know all the knowledge and want to be an actual agent going out here buying and selling, you can be a showing agent. I am actually looking for showing agents right now in Orlando. I'm looking for showing agents in West Point, Mississippi. I'm looking for showing agents in New Orleans, Louisiana right now, right? They just say you like to look pretty. You just want to look pretty and just go show beautiful homes all day. You can get your license and do that, right? I pay my showing assistants anywhere from 10% to 25% per transaction. 10% of the commission. I pay some of my showing agents that. So that's an easy way. You can become a buyer agent. Pretty soon I'm gonna I'm gonna be having buyer agents. That means when I get a buyer come through, they're gonna be handling that buyer from transaction to close. And I'm gonna teach them how to do that. If you don't want to be the forefront of a real estate company like I am, you don't have to be. You can be a buyer agent. You can be a showing assistant, right? So if you're looking to get into real estate, let me know. I can help you, right? The reason why I said it's one of the easiest, most affordable ways is because you can quite literally get your license for maybe $100 right now. I use Pro Educate. I took the online course, so I was able to take it at my own pace. I took it at my own pace. I paid $99 for it, and I got my real estate license. And if you're ambitious, you can get it quick. You know, me, I'm a grinder. I grind hard. I got my license. I actually passed that course in 10 days. I paid my $99, and I spent 10 days hardcore looking at that stuff, studying, and I got my course certificate within 10 days, and it took me another week or two to actually get licensed. I'm just a grinder like that. But you don't have to go that fast. You can go at your own pace with an online course, right? Ask me, let me know what state you're in. I'll help you find, different courses that you can take. Become a real estate agent. And like I said, that opportunity is there if you want to work with me and be a showing agent. If you want to work with EXP, my brokerage, just let me know. I'll definitely help you get towards that goal if you ever consider being a real estate agent. It's a lot of money as a real estate agent, y'all. Even a showing agent. I just paid my showing agent $1,000 on the property. She showed 2 properties for me. 2 properties. I just paid her $1,000 for showing 2 properties. Probably took her 30 minutes. Who wouldn't want to make $1,000 in 30 minutes? Y'all go get y'all license. But that's enough with me on these 6 creative ways. I appreciate y'all joining my live. I definitely appreciate it. Do me a favor, if you watch to the end, tag someone's name so they can go back and rewatch this live. I'm gonna leave it up for about 30 days. Definitely appreciate everyone that shared and joined in and tapped in any kind of way. If it's another topic that y'all want to hear me talk about, if y'all want me to dive deep into any of the topics that I mentioned today, leave it in the comments, right? Show me some love by sending hearts. If you watch this video at any given point, show me some love, leave me some hearts. Until the next time, peace, love, and light to everybody's life. Appreciate y'all. Peace.